What's up, Maffers? Welcome back to the final morning of our little Wyoming ice fishing trip. Early ice. We got invited out here by my man John. He's put us on some epic rainbow trout through the ice the last several days. Hopefully you've been enjoying these videos. I'd love to hit the subscribe button if you have, because we got a lot more ice fishing coming in the next few days. But this is the last morning and we're going for the big Juan. Back out at a place we fished yesterday, and we had a lot of bites and we caught some quality ones, but we've heard of some really big ones being here. So that's why we came back to hit it for a few hours before we get out of town today. But we've been catching them a way that I've never actually caught them through the ice. We're using night crawlers, like open water fishing tackle that anyone would go use for panfish or trout or whatever. And these freaking giant trout are eating these, but we're using them a really specific way, using a really tiny profile. I'll show you that in just a second. But we're getting some holes popped. We're out here early in the morning. It's cold, but the wind's not blowing, so it feels pretty damn good actually. Oh. So if you watched the last several videos on this trip, then this is going to be old news for you guys. But basically, what we're using on this trip is this little tiny 1/64 ounce. It's like a tungsten. It's got some hair on it too, and it glows. And so we put some glow on it, and then we tip it with a night crawler. Now these are already little red night crawlers, so they're not very big. So generally, that's smaller than what I use even when I like creek fish open water or something. But we're gonna make this thing freaking tiny. We want to make like the smallest, probably, I don't know, I'd say a 1/4 inch of crawler, and then we just thread them on. John showed us this. Don't even want anything hanging off the back, really. You want to slide it all the way up the body, and then we just give it a little glow action, just enough. It's pretty dingy water right here. So then we got this guy, the old jaw jacker. Again, gonna be repeat if you guys have been watching these videos, but this thing has been so clutch. John was telling us about these, and they are 100% necessary for fishing with these little jigs for trout, because the trout will spit that so freaking fast. So basically it sets the hook for you even when they come by and just sniff it or whatever. We're only fishing 5 feet of water right here, so we need to be pretty quiet after we get these set, so we don't want to be standing around on top of them. Basically what I'm doing is I'm putting this guy about a foot off the bottom, and then we put this little clip right here into the trigger, and then we put the line through this dude. We flip it up over the trigger, and I would show you how it works, but I'd whip myself in the face. And then, while we wait on that guy to go off over there, I'm gonna use this little tiny jigging wrap. Caught a few on that yesterday. Again, that might be a little bit too much worm, a little bit more than we want on there on the bottom. Just kind of jig around, but I'm gonna cover water on this one, and then Cole and I just set up the hut over there too, so we might drill a big hole and do some sight fishing if we can really dial them in. But for now, just need to get some bites, hopefully get her started.
Good dick.
Is it frozen or what's going on? It is. Had a bite. How deep is that hole, Cole? Oh, there's a fish. He's on it. Eat it. Got him. Got him. Oh, of course. A piddly dick one. And I'm hooked. Got hooks in me. It was just a baby one, Cole. Nothing exciting. But we're getting bit now, so that's good. Good one to start with. Little stalker size guy. Of course, we got like 1 or 2 of those here yesterday. And about 15 of the bigs. Still fun. On the jigging wrap. Almost feel like we've had a lot of little ones bite, because that one that was on yours just like... It ain't big. That's what I'm saying, dude. You jumped out of the hole. Dude, this is nothing like what we were catching yesterday. That's probably why we're not having a lot of them stick, though. They look like this. Little peckerhead guys. Fun, beautiful fish, but not the size we're after. Reset. Oh yeah, this is gonna make all the difference in the world. Jaw jacker's probably ripping line right now. Yep, I did it. Past the barb. Good thing it was the ice fishing hook. Popped it right out. I wouldn't shit you, Cole. Alright, sun's coming out. There's one. Got it. Colt, help. It's okay. He's around it a bunch of times. Get out of there! Yes! Finally! Woo! I was like, oh god, he's going in circles. He's around the transducer 100 times. He's gone around the transducer 37 more times since he got out of the water. What is wrong with you? I'm gonna have to just like retie, I think, because that's probably just destroyed. Ah! Oh man, that was some freaking work to catch this guy. We've missed so many bites today. I think it's because we only have one jaw jacker, and the one jaw jacker we've had has frozen up on 2 bites. It's substantially colder today. I need to get this guy freaking this broken off and out of his face. But oh, it actually came out. Another, this is about the basic size here, but 16 or so inch fish. Thick, fat, slightly different than the old stockers that we catch back in Nebraska, but get them back in the water. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, bud. That's a better jig and wrap fish. Was in the rocks. Now he's out of the rocks. Oh yeah. You're coming with me, bud. Yes. We did it, Cole. We did it. Finally catching some better ones. I think the feeding activity level of these guys is a little bit better. Another beautiful rainbow, probably fat 17-inch male or so. And you can't beat the backdrop. Once again, the most beautiful place we've ever freaking caught fish. Jig and wrap seems to be the deal today. They're just touching the other ones, just setting off that jaw jacker barely and just kind of pecking at the other dead sticks. So here's the jigging wrap I've been using. As you can tell, the old fin guy on the back there was a big old pile of turds and just decided to fall off. I've only caught probably a handful of fish on this guy, but it's been the ticket today. Definitely a moving bait, as has been the deal. Of course, I have 0 more of these guys, so I'm going to switch up to another one of my confidence baits, the old Swedish nipples. I would think they'd eat the Swedish nips. It's about the same size profile as that guy right there. Obviously, different color, different action, everything. But I'm going to wiggle this guy in their face and see if they'll slurp it in. Would you just look at that? Freaking fog's killing us here, but it's beautiful out here. I love it. Come on, slurp my nipples. Is that the lyrics to that song, Cole?
What's that?
Is that the lyrics? Is that how it goes? I think it is. Don't come out now, son. Son. Drag on this thing is so shitty. That's like one of their advertisements of it too, is that it has a smooth drag. Like it's literally like a shitty $50 bait caster's drag. Got one on the nips. Oh, he came off. Damn it. He listened to the song, Cole. He slurped the nips. He liked it. He was all about that nip life. So you guys might be wondering why I'm not using a fish finder. Well, the reason is it's like 6 feet deep, and these trout just haul ass in and out. So my fish finder took a big old shit. Cole's fish finder, he's using right now, but I've been using that the majority of the time for this trip. And I also got old Pamela. Garmin PAM optics that we're going to hook up. I didn't really want to bring it out here for this trip because it's hooked up to the boat right now, and I'm going to go home and do some boat fishing next week, so I didn't want to take it off and put it back on because this trip was kind of last minute anyways. But really, electronics don't do a whole lot for you when you're fishing this shallow for trout that are just roaming in and out like crazy. So I'm just basically dropping this guy a foot off the bottom, and as you can see, jigging it very aggressively. 4 to 6 inch hops up constantly, and then kind of just shake it in place for a little bit. But these fish definitely want something more aggressive today. We have 3 dead sticks out right now that haven't been touched in like a half an hour, and I've caught, I don't know, I've hooked 3 or 4 fish on this guy in that amount of time. I'll take it. Oh! Dude, kidding me? You know he ain't gonna come back and bite again. He freaking was on. That's how far down my jaw jacker is right there, guys. That close below the surface. I don't know what the deal is. They're just not sticking on these today. It's like they can feel you get closer. There we go. Hooked up. Come here, bud. Just switched holes. And look at this little peckerhead. God, we are just not getting the quality at this lake as yesterday. You never know when a big one's going to come up and eat it, but look how he ate the old nipples. We're going to have to get the freaking pliers to get that out. Freaking choked it. Well, the big ones are barely touching it. Little ones are freaking swallowed to their damn gills. Put him back in. Definitely not the quality we're after today, but like I said, just switched over to the old nipple. I've had 2 bites on it now. Better bites for sure yesterday, and a lot of them, so I'm not really sure what the deal is, but we're gonna give it another little bit of time. I mean, I was getting really kind of frustrated earlier, but now that I kind of sit back and look, like, this doesn't exactly look like anything that you've probably seen ice fishing on the YouTubes or really anywhere else. Nothing that I had seen anyways. So I'm glad we decided to do this. I want to get on the ice early this year, and of course northern Wisconsin, Minnesota, Canada are on my list, but this stuff does not look anything like that. This is a freaking sight out here. I feel like we're not around as many because when they're here they bite. Every fish that I've marked is bit. Well, guys, we didn't get the mega giant that we were going for this morning, and now we are back on the road on our way home back to Nebraska way, so we can get there before freaking the wee hours in the morning. But yeah, the bite kind of got tough on us today. They were just kind of pecking at our little tiny hair jigs, and so much so that even the jaw jacker couldn't catch them. Missed a lot of bites, but the moving bait, the jigging wrap, and then the old Swedish nipples came clutch today with little tiny pieces of night crawler. This was an awesome first series. Biggest thank you goes out to John for hitting us up, John the MFer, that said to come on out here and showing us around some of these lakes, letting us get a little peek at some of these awesome lakes out here in Wyoming. Obviously, I want to get on the ice as soon as possible this year because it's always a really unique form of content that we get to go out and create. And we went out to a place that was more beautiful than I ever imagined. I figured I'd be going up north and kind of fishing some smaller bodies of water, and you know, when that happens, generally just some little shitter bluegills and baby bass and stuff like that. So I'm so glad that we actually got to come out here, and I mean, I lost the biggest fish of the damn trip, of course, but had opportunities and caught a ton of 15 to 18 inch rainbow trout, cutthroat trout, with beautiful scenery to boot. I don't know what it is, but thanks so much for watching this, guys. There'll be many more ice fishing videos to come, but next up in the series, we got something we've been holding back a little bit, the old Slaunch Master Classic. I know a lot of you guys either attended the event, you've been blowing me up when's the videos coming out, or if you weren't there, you want to see how it all kind of played out and everything. But basically, 200 boat fishing tournament I hosted last weekend. I'm so excited to show you guys the videos from those, so be looking for those tomorrow or the day after that, and catch you guys very soon.